What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday we did another free winner. It was the Cubs. It came down to the wire, but they ended up coming back and winning at the end. They were actually winning the entire game. And then at the end, they were down by 1. And then in the bottom of the ninth, I believe it was either the bottom of the ninth or I don't think they went into extra innings, but they came back and won the game 5-4. So it was a great win. I'm going to show you the receipts for that. I had a 7 and 6 day in the VIP for everybody that's in the VIP. And then for the free winners that I've been giving away, it's a 21-4 record in the last 8 days. And that has literally been free picks. You can, if you don't believe me, go check out the previous videos. That's showing all the wins and all the losses for the last like 8 days. So 21-4 record. Make sure you get the free picks. The link's in the description for that. I'm going to give you guys one free pick in this video. So again, guys, in the VIP, it was a 7 and 3 day overall. I'm going to show you the receipts for that. In the free picks, it's been a 21-4 ridiculous run. We had 4 straight games where it was a shutout. We win completely on a sweep right here. And then, like I said, these 3 were losers over here. So overall, it was a 21-4 day in the last 8 days. Make sure you get the free picks. I'm going to give you guys one free pick in this video, so stay tuned for that. So here's what happened yesterday very quickly. We had 2 players to get 1 hit. You can see this guy ended up getting 3 hits. This guy ended up getting 4 hits. We only needed them to get 1 hit. They don't pay out if you get more than 1 hit, but either way, we'll take it. I took the Cubs right here, as I said, 5-4 day. 5-4 on that play, and I gave this one away for free. This was another 2 players, but this was a different prop. This is not to get an RBI. I had 2 players right there. As you can see, that hit for us. I also put this in the VIP, which was Cardinals, and then we also had the Nationals. So overall, we did have 3 losers with a couple of batters, and it was 7 wins, 3 losses. If you want access to all the VIP stuff, there is a lot of contradictions today, so I did take more batter props than I normally would. But all of these do make sense. So I took all of these plays and I threw them out in the VIP before I started recording this video. So make sure if you want access to this, you can check us out for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. If you do want 1 week pass, put in the code word BEASTWEEK and you get 50% off. All right, let me get right into it. So the Sharp Edge tool, this is 7 days for free if you want access to this. The link is in the description for this. So right here, the first thing I like to look at is the projections. So you can see the Phillies are supposed to win, Royals, Yankees, Braves, Brewers, Cubs, Rangers, Mariners, Diamondbacks, and Dodgers. So that's what it's showing as teams that should be winning. If we click into over the Sharp plays, these are just overall stats that it goes through, and it does a bunch of information. As you can see, it's telling you to take a look at Seattle. It's also telling you to take a look at the Mets and the Reds. I don't like these 2 games for today, so I'm skipping that, but that's something that you can take a look at. The one thing I do look at since even the night before, as you can see, it says right here, ran yesterday on the 15th at 9:30 p.m. The last time it ran was 9:28, which was about an hour ago. It runs every hour until game start. So right here, this is a Sharp line monitor. And what it does is literally looks at the opening line from the night before, and it's tracking it every hour. So right here, it's saying the Phillies went up 2 cents. The Jays barely moved at all. The Nationals moved up 15 cents. The Yankees moved up 2 cents. The Reds went from underdog to less underdog. The Braves, you can see it went from, this is the one I'm going to be looking at, guys. It's going to be the open. At 142, it's currently at a 152. I'm not going to go through the rest of these, but you can see the little green check marks is where it's telling you should be paying attention to. The Astros is another one. The Mariners is another one. Athletics and Dodgers. Okay. Now the overall picture, it's saying that the Dodgers, Braves, and Brewers are the teams that you should be looking at, but that does not include injuries. It does not include line movement. None of that stuff. This is literally just looking at the raw stats, and it's saying that those 3 teams should win just based on raw stats. But obviously, we don't do it just raw stats. We look at the line movement, injuries, all this other stuff. Now, the team that I'm going to break down real quick is going to be the Braves. I'm not going to get into too crazy amount of details because I had a very long morning today with the stock market. So I just kind of wanted to come on here and give you the play. I'm not going to break it down super specific like I normally do, but I will give you the reasoning behind it. Before that, I'm going to show you guys one very strong thing that I added last night to the NRFI report, which is the no run first inning. and then I'll get right into the play after that. So this NRFI report, again, it's under the Sharp Edge tool. It's another tool called NRFI, which is no run first inning. So what I did here is I already had all this stuff, which is the pitching right here, strong pitching. It gives you the breakdown of how strong that pitching is. It also gives you the breakdown of how strong the offense is. And this is all just based on the last 3 games of the first inning. It's not just how good the team is. It's just based on the first inning. Okay, so this is literally a no-run first inning board. Now, what I did add yesterday, what I want to show you, is I added the top of the lineup. And then the top of the lineup, it actually gives you a breakdown of, like, for example, right here, the plate appearances versus this starter, the batting average versus this starter, and the OPS, meaning the on-base percentage. So it's telling you, for example, that Ohtani came up to bat 6 times, and he's got 0 hits against this pitcher, which is Rasmussen. Now you got Andy Pages, which is another monster, 2 plate appearances, 0 hits. Then Freeman, he's got 4 plate appearances with 2 hits, because that's half. So right away, I'm already looking at this, and I'm like, okay, everything else doesn't really make sense. But just looking at how strong these starting batters are against this pitcher, in this case, there's no data over here. There's no data over here for no prior matchups, and they've only faced them. So there's very limited data here. What I wanted to show you overall was just that the starting lineup, the top 3 batters on the lineup, makes a huge difference, because obviously those are the guys that are they're gonna be guaranteed to bat. So if they have very strong stats, you might want to stay away from this play. But in this case, it actually looks very strong. I'm not telling you to go with it, because there's other stuff they want to look at. For example, the Dodgers offense right here, they've scored 2 times in the last 3 games. They've scored twice in the first inning. So that is already a negative. However, if you look at Ohtani, he's going up to bat against this guy 6 times. He's got zero hits, and his OPS is actually dropping to a 1.67 overall. So, but Freeman, he gets monster hits right here, which is 50%. So again, I added this extra step just to give us more information when we're deciding if we should be going with these no-run first innings. I'll go right back to the dashboard, and then I'm going to go to the Braves. And now I'm going to just show you guys the play. So Atlanta went from 142 to 147, 89% of the bets, 96% of the money. All of that is coming towards Atlanta. You can see their win probability is 62%. In the last 36 games, they've won 25 out of those games. So they're hitting at about a 70% hit rate whenever they're starting as favorites, which they are today. They're actually pretty heavy favorites today. Now we got Grant Holmes, 3.55 ERA. Compare that to the ERA of 5.09. This guy is graded a D plus compared to a B minus. So Grant Holmes is actually a much stronger pitcher than Adrian Hauser. Overall, the bullpen is also a lot better. So meaning when they take out Grant Holmes, the bullpen is actually better on Atlanta's side. So starting pitcher and bullpen better for Atlanta. Now, the one thing I don't like about this play is that Atlanta's kind of weak right now on the OPS for the last 7 days, meaning that they're not getting on base a lot. However, the pitching is so lopsided that even though these guys are ranked 10th, I think the pitching is going to hold them back, and that's going to give Atlanta a chance to come back. And if they're losing the game, they should have a very strong chance to win this game. Overall pitching analysis is overall better. Win probability, and then you can just see the overall grade of this team is much better than the Giants. Atlanta is projected to win 5-4. And then you got the overall picture. This is actually real stats, real odds from the book. And it's saying that Atlanta is supposed to score 5 runs. And the odds are pretty heavy, saying that, yes, they're going to score over 5 runs. Compare that to San Francisco. It's saying they're going to score only 4 runs. And it is favored to go over 4 runs, but these guys are favored to go over 5 runs. So there's a big difference. Now, the overall stats, it does show that the Giants are better overall, but I like Atlanta's pitching, starting pitching, and the bullpen much better than the batting on the Giants side. So the Giants are struggling. The Braves have been very good, but then they kind of started struggling a little bit. And I feel like today is the comeback situation, especially with the strong pitching, especially with the bullpen. They should be winning this game pretty easily. I'm taking the Braves on the money line. If you haven't done so, guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And if you comment, so if you like, comment, and subscribe, if you do all three of those things and you share this video, then you're going to have a chance to win a 1-month pass. I'll probably be picking one of these videos from this week to either from last week and this week. I'm going to look at all of those videos. I'm going to pick a random comment. I'm going to give one person a 1 month for free in the VIP. So make sure you take advantage of that. Also check out the Sharp Edge tool for 7 days for free. And if you want all the picks that I just showed that I posted for the VIP, make sure you check out the link where it says 1 week, 1 month, or 1 day. Thank you so much. Let's have an amazing day. And please, let's get to 5,000 subscribers.